2 of us watched a show and reviewed it, and the third guy had no clue what they were doing.
You know which one I'm talking about. Mari Crown Leads. My name is Cole. His name is Mike. His name is Jay. We like anime, and this is episode 170 of AniPro. And on this week's episode, we're doing some bullshit, as we like to say. I don't.
Nani?
Jay's got a crazy, wacky idea, so we're going to be doing that in the second half, talking about upcoming shows.
This is all Jay's crazy, wacky idea.
This is kind of all Jay's crazy,
yeah, this episode's kind of my
idea.
machinations.
I literally was like
Machinations
sitting during the week, and I was like, have we even figured out what are we doing this week? And then I look, and I'm like, oh, this is clearly Jay's writing, because it's his voice. You know how you can tell people's voice by what they write?
Yeah.
And I was like, Jay is machinated to the nth degree here.
I saw blank spaces in the calendar, and I was like, well, like, we gotta figure something out. So like I'll put something here for now.
Yeah.
And
I like it. I appreciate it. I like the tenacity of you. I like the forward. I like the gumption. I like the gusto.
Yeah.
I like that you see a hole and you say, I, Jay Garrity, and I'm going to fill every hole I see. I love holes, and I'm going to fill them.
No,
and
I
Jay
hate
just
holes.
wrote-
That's why they must be filled.
Yes.
Oh, the old hate filling of holes. I see. It's a different strategy.
We're also going to talk about the Pokemon Direct. We're going to kind of just react to that. A lot of stuff came out of that, out of the
big news.
I thought it would be a lot longer, but we'll talk about that as we get into it.
I also thought it would be longer.
Yeah, but of course, before we get into that, make sure you leave a like, subscribe, do all of that good stuff. And now I turn to my friends, Mike and Jay. Mike, what's up? How you doing? Anything new going on? In you got any big plans coming up? Any big things you're doing?
Big life events you want to talk about?
It's interesting. It's almost like you know the answer to that.
No, I'm just genuinely curious. Yeah,
spitballing some ideas that you might want to.
Yeah. Boys, sound the horn, because
hold on,
this guy, this host of this podcast, is going to Nippon. He's going to Japan for the first time. No, that was not what I expected, but
that appropriate
fitting.
Though.
That was that was the noise I made when I hit the buy button on the plane tickets, and I felt my wallet empty.
Yes.
Then that noise again when I started looking at hotel rooms, and I'm like, I'm paying how much for 100, like literally like a broom closet? This room I'm in right now is bigger than the hotel rooms in Japan, from what I can tell.
Yeah. You should have bought it all as a package, but next time.
I'm not a pack. I like the able to pick and choose.
No, the beautiful thing about this, Mike, is not only did you buy your ticket, plural. It's not just Mike going. He has a family. He has to
wife and baby.
Has to take.
Yeah.
How soon you're going is also very exciting.
Yeah, like 30 something days.
Yeah. That's hype.
Yeah, buddy. Yep.
Yeah.
Because
you don't go.
I was thinking to myself, like, we've been debating this for like literally years, and then like everything was lining up. Like, we had some extra money. Things are good. The baby's a good age that she's like. Realistically, a baby of her age on a plane would be much better than any much older baby, because like a 2-year-old, almost 2-year-old on a plane is a terror. That sounds horrible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're going to be trying to run around, and you're like, no, this is a 10-hour flight. You must remain
Sit still
in this seat. Yes.
Yeah.
Plus, almost 2-year-old on your lap for 10 hours is not as fun as because the thing is if you put them on your lap, you don't have to pay for an extra ticket.
Right.
Huge savings there as well, right?
Can I come? Can I sit on your lap? And
can you make baby noises and wear a diaper?
Let's
try right now, live
what's
on
the difference
air.
between any other flight I've ever been on and
that's
that
true.
one?
That's
then?
true. Yeah, not looking forward to the flight to get there.
No, I love flying. Actually, I'm weird. I'm weird like that.
Oh, you're messed up. Do you like airports too? You weirdo. Yeah, weird.
Kind of.
Get off. You get off on being uncomfortable. You a little weirdo.
Get off on it.
It's kind of I don't know. It's kind of funny.
It's just a different experience.
I don't really like
it at all.
I'm kind of indifferent toward airports.
I like a big airport because it's like a big mall. It's like a maze. It's exciting. It's fun.
Yeah,
same at the end of the day.
I like the Calgary airport. As weird as that might sound.
That is where I will be. My direct flight is from Calgary Airport, so I just got to get to Calgary first. Yes,
WestJet. Yes.
Yes.
I like the Vancouver Airport. Toronto Airport is a dump. I think Calgary's a nice airport. I think.
Yeah,
it's small.
Yeah, they got
planes. The planes.
Like like you go into the airport.
Most airports do.
And there's like those like model planes that you can control and they like spin around.
What are you talking about?
No? Okay.
No, I don't know.
That one I'm not with you on that one, my friend. I don't know. I will know though in like a month.
You will know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Assuming they're in the international section as well. Because that's the thing is I haven't flown. I've never been outside of our continent too, so that'll be exciting.
You've never left the continent?
Never left our continent. Well,
right. That's because
technically did like a Caribbean cruise. I don't know if that counts.
I think like those islands count as North America.
I think.
Well, alert the authorities. Mike hasn't been allowed to. That's why he hasn't left.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Very true. Very true. Very valid. But yeah, that's super exciting. People, if you're listening to this, leave me your tips. Tell me your tips. Tell me what you're doing, especially if you've traveled to Japan with a little one. That is the biggest challenge here because it's like, Cole, I asked you which hotel, like what area you stayed in, and then you recommended which hotel you stayed in.
Mm-hmm. Can
you tell me where you would fit a crib in that hotel room?
That's the thing. Yeah, completely understand. Like it was great for me. But I'm assuming they have bigger rooms there too. That's
not at like that at the APA brand of hotels or like quote business hotels. And they're like kind of catered to a single person going there and just basically just sleeping.
Right. Yeah.
So we're probably going to do the Airbnb rent an apartment route is probably our move, which are still not much bigger.
Yeah. But bigger still.
Yeah.
Bigger. And it's more authentic that way too. You know, like
cool.
The hotel is pretty like westernized, but you know, if you go to rent an apartment or something like that, you might get like a big Japanese bath and stuff like that. That sounds
no, big. Definitely not big, but there will be a bath.
bigger.
That
was one thing when I was in Japan. I took a bath every day because like it was a small bath, but it was really deep. So
they are quite deep. I've seen that in the pictures. Did you wash your clothes when you were there?
Yeah, I had to. Yeah.
Did your bathroom serve as the dryer?
No. There was a coin operated washer dryer in the hotel. Yeah.
Because lots of the places have like the washer washes and then you dry them by hanging them up in the bathroom and then you like turn the bathroom into a dryer. It's very interesting. Very weird. It's gonna be quite the learning experience, especially as someone whose height is 6'3" in a land of people who are not 6'3" generally.
That didn't. I thought it would be more of an issue, Mike. It didn't. It wasn't a thing. There's tall people in Japan.
You're not bonking your heads on things.
Not as much as you'd think.
Okay, good.
To be honest,
that makes it better. But that's enough about me. Okay, it's very exciting news. Thank you for segueing me into it. But I've had enough of talking about myself. So I would like to maybe hear from, I don't know, Jalian. What's on thine mind?
So I'm super excited because
we can tell.
To announce.
WWE Elimination Chamber is this weekend.
That's
for those.
Okay.
For those of you that are listening to this, it already happened, and I hope if you also watched it, you enjoyed it. But I'm looking forward to it because as of recording, it is tomorrow, and I thought I wasn't going to be able to watch it because I was supposed to work, but my shift got canceled, so I actually can't watch it.
Hey, silver linings, right?
Yeah. Because I missed the last pay-per-view, so getting to be able to watch this one, which seems like a really hype pay-per-view.
Can you tell me what it even is? I don't know anything about wrestling.
Okay, so Elimination Chamber is basically like the main match that is the namesake is basically 6 people locked in a cage, and they all fight until one person's left standing, basically. They all like have to eliminate each other by pinning each other until the last person's left.
Okay.
So
just like a battle royale. Like
basically. Yeah.
Like a Fortnite.
Kind of. Like so it starts off with 2 people fighting, and then like the other 4 people are locked in pods. And then they get released from the pods every I think it's like 90 seconds of the match.
Is it like a capsule hotel pod? Are they like Dracula in the coffin in there?
Yeah, it's like a little plexiglass pod.
Do they pretend to be asleep in there?
No, they like pretend like, okay, like let me out. I want to get it.
It'd be funny if they were like,
yeah.
Pod. Yeah. It'd be funny if they were in there like this, and then the pod opens, and then they're just like,
yeah. Oh, I awake.
Yeah. Yeah. That would be awesome.
Time to fight. Yeah, that'd be pretty cool. Wrestling is like great in the way that it's just like unabashedly like extreme, and it's like craziness, like it's zany.
It's the best, I would say, like gateway into becoming an anime fan, because like it in tone, it's like exactly the same.
It's basically like role play anime fights, sort of.
Yeah.
Kind of. Yeah. It's very extra. It's very
You get it a lot more on the indies than you do in places like WWE, for sure. Like people will like Hadouken each other, or like Kamehameha, or like
because like they I feel like WWE likes, or I'm assuming that's the only one now. There's no WWF or whatever the fuck it is anymore.
They were the same company. WWF became WWE because they were sued by the animal company.
The WWF.
The WWF.
The World Wildlife Federation.
Yeah.
Yeah. The animal company.
There used to be 2, right?
Got them.
That's right, right? Like
there still is. Like there's WWE and there's
AEW.
AEW.
That's the other one I was trying to think.
And I think when we were, what was it when we were growing up?
Yeah, there was 2, wasn't there?
WCW?
That's it. BBC WCW.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I remember watching it and thinking
in
like
01, I think, maybe 02.
I remember watching that one and thinking like, this is like a poor man's WWE.
That's basically what it was. Yeah.
I feel like WWE kind of has like this like, we take it seriously a little bit compared to like a lot of the other wrestling. Like they're a little more pinky out when they're drinking their ice cold beers.
They're owned by the same company that owns UFC. So like there's kind of like a cross
collaboration
idea there where like, you know, they feel more like they kind of lean a bit more into combat sports, but like it's still kind of zany and ridiculous. AEW used to do it a lot more because they would track wins and losses for everyone, but they just kind of stopped that because nobody cared.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's not why you're not watching wrestling for like the actual records of these people. It's spoiler alert, they're not actually fighting.
What?
It's all scripted.
Yeah, like
Jay,
95%.
You do know that it's not real, right?
Wait, what?
Oh my goodness! I hate when people say
real.
I hate when people say that because it's like, yes, obviously the wrestling fan knows.
Jay, are you like doing anything for it, or you're just gonna watch it at home?
I'm just watching it at anywhere. Home, honestly, like I don't have no one I know really cares anymore, or like cares at all. So I'm just kind of like, I'll just watch it on my own. That's fine.
That's the sad reality of being an old man now.
It is what it is. It's still fun.
Hey, that's okay.
Yeah, it's like watching the hockey game on your own. Like, you're on your own, but you're still watching a hockey game.
Yeah, you're still a part of it.
Yeah,
still a part of the experience for sure. Yeah.
Speaking of being a part of the experience, Cole, join in on the experience and tell us what you're up to this weekend.
What am I up to this weekend? I don't know. I'm just vibing. This weekend this week in general. Yeah, I haven't really done anything. Just kind of working. I had a jam on Wednesday. That was good. Bought some new earplugs. They're those fancy earplugs that like only cut out certain frequencies instead of Like full on. Yeah, great.
Everything.
Great stuff. Yeah. I don't know. It's been a pretty boring week for me, boys.
That's I think 2 in a row boring weeks for you.
Yeah, it seems like it happened last week.
No new games. No new stuff. I'm in. I think, Mike, this is big news because you and I are guitar people.
Okay.
I think I'm a Yamaha guitar guy. I really like that Pacifica that I bought.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I've been playing that more than my Strat. Of all things, yeah.
Moving on up in the world.
It's nice. It's a nice guitar. And perhaps maybe my next guitar, when I've got a little bit more disposable income, get like a nice Yamaha guitar. Spend a little bit more money. Yeah, it's nice.
Yeah.
They're nice instruments. But it's a good thing I don't have very much to talk about because we do have to talk about. Yeah, we do have to talk about the Pokemon Direct. Which, gentlemen, I watched it reluctantly, specifically.
I'm surprised you did. Yeah,
I'm surprised you did too.
When I saw Jay put it in the thing, I'm like, Cole wouldn't have watched this if we didn't make him, I don't think.
No, I would not have. And when I saw the runtime of it, I let out an audible sigh of relief that it was only like 20 minutes long.
It was like 17 minutes long. And I actually felt like while we were watching, I'm like, oh, they're like moving really quickly through this. Like usually they're a little more ponderous. They're a little more self-congratulatory and kind of like onerous about it. But this one was like very like, let's just get you don't really care about Cafe Remix. We're just going to tell you what's happening and then we're moving on.
Yeah.
Is what the vibe I got.
That all being said, there was a ton of stuff in it.
Yeah, there was.
A lot of it was, just like a 15-second like, hey, don't forget about Pokemon Sleep or whatever the hell that is. But as I was watching it, I was just like, yes, capitalism personified in Pokemon.
Give me your money.
But like everything,
that's kind of every direct, right? Like it's always just like, give me your money.
Yeah. I mean,
here are many ways you can give us your money.
Yeah, it's a commercial. No, it just kind of hit me that it's like, holy crap, Pokemon's in like everything. Everything. They've got they have a sleep aid app, which is outrageous.
Oh, it's not really a sleep aid app because it's it's gamifying your sleep, so it like makes it less like good, I guess.
But it tracks how well you're sleeping. Like it tracks the quality of your sleep overnight.
Yeah.
Well.
Okay.
Have you done it, Jay? I've never played the game.
I've never played it. Because like when it launched, it had like a super weird launch from what I remember. Where it
is quite odd.
Just scream.
So like I didn't get it. But
you would just constantly ask, you up?
You up? It's me, Pikachu. You up?
Just like
my Onyx is so hard right now.
What's his name? Danny DeVito's voice.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, you up?
You up? Yeah.
But like, it's kind of crazy if you think about it, that like realistically, before Pokemon Go in 2016, so that's like 8 years ago now, roughly, just over 8 years. Pokemon did not have a single mobile app, and now half the Direct was mobile apps. And then probably the most exciting for me, other than the ZA stuff, was the announcement of Pokemon Champions, which is like, it's basically like Pokemon Stadium, but like actually competitive battling on your phone. And you can battle people on the Switch from your phone, which is like super hype because I'd love to be able to play like a quick match of like competitive Pokemon on my lunch at work on my phone. That sounds fantastic. I'm super hyped for that.
It seems like they're looking at Pokemon Showdown. They're like, no.
Exactly.
No.
Yeah. That's the vibe I got too.
We need to capitalize on this.
It was like, man, people have been playing this Showdown thing for years. They must really. Do you think they want to play like our main competitive format like on their phones, like mobile? And then for years someone was like, no, there's no way. There's no way. They want to go home and play that.
They don't want this to be convenient. Let's make this as inconvenient as possible.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's, I don't know.
They also like didn't.
It's fair,
really
Cole.
show
You're not
much
really a
about,
Pokemon
like,
guy.
I'm not a big Pokemon guy. Okay.
Yeah.
Cat's out of the bag here on this one. There was a couple things I noticed in this, and we'll get around to them that I just want to point out.
Jay had more to say on the Pokemon.
Jay did have
Champions.
more. Yeah.
Oh,
that's what I was,
yeah. I don't think they really showed much about like what the game looks like aside from like kind of like a bit of a concept idea. of what it'll look like. Like, it'll have all the gimmicks, like Mega Evolution, Terrestrialization, stuff like that. Double battles are going to be in it. But, like, aside from that, we technically don't really know what the game looks like.
I don't think it even had single battle. I don't think I saw any single battles either, to be honest with you. I think it's just doubles, which is like their main, like when they do worlds, that's the format they use and stuff. So Cole, I'm curious, you take on the role of this as like, learn more about Pokemon from our discussion. Ask us questions.
Well, no, okay. Jay just said that like they didn't really show gameplay or anything like that. And that's one thing I noticed, like the theme of the Direct in this iteration of the Direct, I felt was this does not necessarily represent gameplay experience.
That was on almost every one.
Everything said this does not necessarily represent gameplay experience. I mean, this one was pretty straightforward. Everything's pretty straightforward. I don't really have a lot of questions about this. It makes sense. You know, it's a simple concept. And like you said, I'm surprised that this isn't something that Pokemon hasn't done before.
Yeah.
Pokemon Stadium. Everybody likes Pokemon Stadium. What if you did like 2-player Pokemon Stadium, but online? And then what if you did like cross-platform with mobile and Switch? It's just
so obvious. It's crazy. It hasn't been done, honestly.
Well, I'm sure people have been asking for it already.
Yeah.
Like it's just, they're kind of a little slow sometimes, it seems.
One thing I did catch when they were talking about this a little bit though, is they mentioned like you'll be able to import Pokemon from your game into this. And then it was like, as well as use the Pokemon in Pokemon Champions. So I'm guessing it gives you like the equivalent of like rental teams where like there'll be like pre-made teams for people who don't want to build a team, or you can build a team using your like Pokemon Scarlet. I think that was the impression I got from what they said.
Yeah.
But it could be different. They didn't really announce it either way.
If we were dreaming, they would allow you to like custom make any Pokemon you want, like with the EVs and IVs perfectly.
That'd be very nice. So there's no way they're going to do that.
No,
because that's just too convenient and like that'd be just too nice. Yeah,
that would be
give them 10 years.
Nice. But it
10
would
years,
be,
that'll be a thing.
10 years. Yeah.
It would be cool because like it would open the door to VGC for so many more people.
I know. It'd be so smart if they did it, because like the problem with Pokemon competitive is like there's just no way that the games have gotten better at this, but they don't teach you anything about any of the competitive stuff.
No.
There's no way to know unless you like actively search it out.
Yeah.
Like Cole, you probably have no idea what an EV is, having played multiple Pokemon games. Even an IV, probably not.
No.
Yeah.
No. There's a balance, right? Like you don't want to alienate people who aren't into that, right? Like,
yeah.
I don't know. I'm not clamoring for this game, but like,
no,
you know, there's a chance. But if they're like trying maybe too hard to push like the professional or, you know, kind of that higher end stuff, then that would chase me away even further. Potentially.
Possibly.
Not necessarily. Yeah.
Maybe. At the same time, like if it's just a free thing that they just offer as an aside, but like it has nothing to do with their mainline games, then like I don't think it would matter as much. But if it was like they introduce as like a necessary component, like, oh, we're not doing online battles in our mainline games anymore, it's just going to be Champions, then.
Well, see, here's the interesting thing, because like if you follow like the tradition of like how Pokemon Worlds and competitive stuff works, this year should be the year in which a new game would come out, and then the new competitive scene would be in that new game. So I'm thinking this is probably like this upcoming Champion series or whatever is going to be in this game, I think, is the impression I'm kind of getting, if I had to guess. This is their solution to, we don't have a new competitive game for the next year, other than Scarlet, honestly, which is, like, I think 3 years old now.
Yeah.
What is?
Scarlet, I think.
Scarlet and Violet?
2 or
2022, I think? So yeah, 3 years this year.
Yeah. What were you going to say?
Old.
I think like they could also just make it the standard for VGC going forward. Like,
it's possible.
Just make every single game be connectable with champions, so like you just transfer your Pokemon into it.
Kind of like home is, right?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, this syncs up with home, right?
Yeah.
And presumably the other big game from this as well is going to sync up with home eventually, and that's Legends ZA. Cole, what were your impressions on Legends ZA?
ZA, well, first of all, I'm so sad that Cyndaquil was canceled. Because, like, listen, like, no, in all honesty,
though. It's funny though. Yeah,
I don't think that's why they didn't include him. I think they didn't include him because he was the starter in the last Legends game. So I get that.
Yeah. But it's way funnier that he was canceled.
It's such a shame because, like, the original 3 starters, love them. They're classic, right? Mm-hmm. But the Gen 2 starters are really cool.
Yeah.
And like, I was in that right age.
Yeah.
They're just genuinely cool starters. Yeah. And then let's take the fire one, and you know me, fire type all the way, and let's replace it with a goddamn pig. I don't know what this pig is, and I don't much care for it, to be honest. I want Cyndaquil. I'm just going to keep playing Arceus. And
okay.
Yeah. The other thing, just before you guys actually like start providing actual context for it, without me just shaking my fist.
No, shake your fist away. Like not everyone's as crazy as me and Jay here. So
the aesthetic of Z to A or Z to A or whatever you want to call it, Z to A up here,
Za.
The aesthetic of it just doesn't strike me as interesting as Legends Arceus did.
I kind of agree with that. It
like Arceus was unique in the Pokemon world, like that it took place kind of like turn of the century. Had that like traditional Japanese allure to it a little bit. Whereas this just kind of looks like generic city a little bit more. Yeah. And like this was the main city in X and Y.
X and Y, yeah.
That's right. Yeah, which is so set like in Paris, sort of.
They
like
kind
France.
of have like double dipped on it. And yeah, I know like Kanto was in Arceus, but like they had set it in a completely different time. This just feels like a bit of a retread to me as far as like the aesthetic goes. That being said, we're still about a year, 10 months out.
Yeah.
And so far like it just says late 2025.
And like you said earlier, this is not the final look of the game.
This does not necessarily represent gameplay.
Knowing what we've seen with Legends Arceus trailers, which also had this does not reflect the final gameplay. This is the final gameplay.
It's probably pretty close.
It's probably pretty close. Yeah.
Yeah.
This one's a bit closer than like the battle one that we were just talking about before. Like that one clearly was more of a cinematic trailer. Yeah. This one, I think they showed a lot of what will
actual
gameplay.
Yeah. It's not going
to we got to see the HUD and everything. Like
Yeah. They're just testing at this point to get the bugs out.
Yeah.
I'm cautiously optimistic about this one. I really liked Arceus. I think it's the best game that Pokemon's put out in a while.
I agree. I would agree with that. I think it's the key to the future of Pokemon games.
They dropped the ball with the like mainline releases, the last mainline release.
Yep.
Which like was I enjoyed it as well, but it just wasn't as good. But Arceus, I think, was a really fun game, and if they can at least do more of that, I'm interested.
Yeah. And like now that we can talk about this without
please. Yes.
All right.
The novice, the uncultured swine.
No, I think
complaining about swine in his games.
I think Cole had some fair things to say about the game.
It is. It's very fair. Yeah.
Like
Thank you.
I think like it does seem weird that they're just doing Lumio City.
Yeah, I thought so too. I was kind of looking forward to having like, I forget what they were called in the game, but like the wild areas that you travel to in Legends Arceus. I was like, oh, it's all in the one city. That's kind of
they're kind of there, but like it's kind of more like parts of the city are segregated off for wild Pokemon and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's to me that's less fun. I don't know.
And like, no offense to the Switch or anything like that, it doesn't have like the computing power to make a city that's like interesting to look at.
Look, man,
all of the buildings are just going to be like off-white blocks with lines in them.
Yeah.
Look, man, I went from playing Final Fantasy 16, which looks gorgeous on the PS5, to just like watching this, and I was like, no, what am I looking at?
The Switch 2 cannot come quick enough.
The pinnacle for me right now, like when I think of a city being almost not super cliche, but the city is a main character, Cyberpunk 2077, like that city is like the pinnacle for me for like just visually how it looks. And this is not that.
Like
this is not that. Yeah.
There was like one part in the trailer where like he steps on like a little platform and then teleports up to the roof, and I'm like, can you not like go in the house and go upstairs to the roof? Like,
at least at least like make the animation of him opening the door, walking in, closing the door, and then just open the door on the roof.
Teleport.
No, teleport. Less assets,
you know what?
easier.
I hate that this is the benefit of the doubt that I have to give them, but at least it didn't sorry about the swearing.
Oh, we've all gotten we
all got one this episode. It's gonna be weird. It's been like a vulgar episode somehow. Yeah.
At least it didn't like open a black loading screen after the teleportation and then transition where they teleport back onto the roof.
Man, the bar is so low.
Why is the bar so low?
Why is the bar so low? They just played we all used Copium to say that Scarlet and Violet wasn't like a terrible game, is why the bar is so low.
But you know, like it's funny because like the bar is so low, but like the Zelda games that they've released on the Switch were gorgeous.
They're not based in a city.
That's
they don't have the
key. So don't base this game in the city. Right? Yeah. I think that's probably my main critique. It's just a city is such a boring thing unless you can do like a Grand Theft Auto, you know?
I will say though that I think that they improved the battle system from the original Legends Arceus. I think that having like you can actually have your Pokemon actually dodge the opponent's attack. I think that's a cool improvement.
Yeah.
And I think being able to swap your Pokemon, like it's almost like more like the anime, the battle style, which I kind of think is a cool move. I think that's cool.
The gameplay is what's important.
And it does look fun. The one thing that kind of irks me about it is like I feel like we're gonna go into Gen 10 and it's gonna go right back to the same battle style that we've gotten for like 25 years.
I pray. See, the nice thing when I saw that this was coming out in late 2025, and like the Switch 2 is supposed to come out probably late summer, I would guess.
Yeah.
This is going to be like one of those, it's going to be like Breath of the Wild where it's going to come out on both, I bet. And I bet you the Switch 2 version will have like graphical improvements like the Breath of the Wild did or whatever. And if not, it'll probably at least get a patch to improve stuff. Now, let's pray
I hope
that I hope Scarlet and Violet gets a patch too, because that would be really nice to play that game and not have like 14 FPS.
Yeah.
Is it still like full disclosure, I traded that game away. Is it still like broken?
My cousin
it hasn't been broken for a while, but it's not.
No, it's still kind of broken. My cousin played it and lost his save file due to corruption twice. And this was like maybe 2 months ago.
It's kind of jank. They sort of quote unquote fixed it so that it runs better by removing everything interesting from the cities and environments, basically. So it's like,
let's make these buildings more blocky.
And that's kind of what I'm thinking this game is trying to do is like they're kind of using it to test out like putting stuff like wild Pokemon and like better environments and things in cities.
For sure. Yeah.
Are you guys pre-ordering?
No, I don't pre-order anymore. I haven't pre-ordered in a long time because it's
so
just not a good idea. Yeah. It's just not a good idea.
It's so much smarter than me.
It's just a stupid capitalism tactic to get your money early.
Yeah, there's really no point.
No, they'll have the games if you go in.
Yes, but you usually don't have to pay for it early.
No,
usually when I pre-order, I still have to pay when I get it. It's just they reserve me a copy.
Some places charge $5.
$5.
Really? Yeah. Oh yeah,
not
they'll have $5 deposit.
I'm not.
Yeah, they need
dealing
like
with that company anymore. By the way, we'll talk about
that's
that
right.
After.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
About the starters, by the way, just because I never really touched upon it.
Oh yeah,
I hate the starter trio just because like it feels so lazy to be like, okay, we're gonna do the Johto trio. Oh wait, we can't do Cyndaquil. What are we gonna do? Oh, I got it. Let's just like use another Pokemon. But like that doesn't. But then we don't have the starter trio from Johto. Just run it. We'll figure it out.
Yeah.
They really should have had. They should have took. Let's be real. They should have took Chikorita out of this damn game because it's Chikorita, and put in. I don't know. I was gonna say Rowlet, but that'd be dumb.
Well, no, I mean,
they just did Rowlet.
Yeah, I know.
But I get what you mean. Like, it should have been a starter from each, like, from different games.
Yeah,
Turtwig. They should have had Turtwig there.
Yeah.
Or something.
I think Chikorita's fine. Like, I would have. I love the idea of getting a Mega Meganium because getting something from Meganium is kind of much.
That's kind of hype. That's kind of true. Yeah. But like, I feel like you don't have two from the same gen. That's kind of weird. It just makes it weird.
Now one of them is weird.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Like one
now
of these
everybody's
things,
like,
the
wait,
others, and it's like, well, you
what's
ruined it.
What's this f***ing pig? You know,
what is this pig doing here?
Like,
I am curious what the Colossian version of the final the evolutions will be, because they'll be different again. I'm assuming.
I think we're just gonna get megas of.
You think so?
Of the new Pokemon or of the starters, and that's gonna be the new forms.
Could be.
Yeah. That's okay. That's cool.
I'm here for that.
Yeah. I like the Typhlosion redesign. I love that.
I just hope it's not Ghost
fitting.
Dark and fighting again, because that's boring.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One of them will get Fairy. Probably. It'll be Fairy, Steel, and
fighting.
Fighting. Yeah.
You heard it here first.
Well, there's established kind of trios in the competitive. Who cares? We're nerds. Pokemon TCG Pocket also is getting Arceus. It's adding God too.
Yeah. Speaking of nerds,
the new packs or the new set's already out. It looks cool.
Yeah.
I think that
is it out right now?
It's out.
Open
it
a pack of it
today as of recording.
Yeah, I will do that right now.
Let me check.
Live on air. Mike opens a pack from TCG Pocket.
Exactly. But I'm not, honestly, I'm kind of falling off TCG Pocket anyway, too. So, yeah.
I still
my
open
thing.
packs every day.
I don't want to yuck your yums because you guys enjoy these games, and that's wonderful.
Yeah.
But, like, the appeal for me isn't there. Like, at least with cards, it's something physical, tangible you can hold in your hand. In this, it's just a picture on your phone.
Yeah. But like they're adding ranked battles to it, which adds some stuff for me a little bit, because like I play a lot of TCG Live, which is like their actual competitive version of the app, not the collector's casual version of it. So having ranked makes it a little more interesting, but
yeah. All right, what do we got here?
All right, let's see. Let's see. Okay, we've got all right, he's spinning, twirling. Oh, that one's...
Let's do this pack.
Yeah, I like that one. That looks good.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see.
What do we got?
What do we got here?
Okay, all right.
We got Rotom.
That's that guy.
Golbat.
Okay, all right.
Mawile.
Man, are we doing like pack openings now here? This is what we do?
And Fion.
And Poip. And Fion. Okay.
Wow, okay.
Weak pack.
Weakness.
Yeah. Not even EX. What is this?
Yeah.
Let's give the Pokemon. Let's just wrap up by giving the Pokemon Direct an AniPro rating. I'll give it a. Its brevity was appreciated, so I'm gonna give it a tickles my jimmies just for its brevity. But I would almost lean towards a consider it, because it was pretty. It was a weak showing for sure. I would say for Pokemon Day.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, I'll go next. Just one more thing. This will affect my rating. I found it strange that the Japanese language was dubbed, but the Spanish language was subbed. Strange to me.
Inconsistent.
Don't know. Inconsistent localization, I'll say. I don't know. Consider it. There was stuff in there that was neat. Z to A or Z to A looks interesting. Like, I'm interested in it. So it wasn't a complete and total waste of time for me. But get that pig out of there. Don't want that.
It also
pig.
seems like Looker's going to be in the game, and that's actually kind of hype.
Oh, is he? I didn't see that part.
There was like a little thing at the very end that kind of hinted at Looker being in it.
It's been a while since I've seen my boy Looker. Was it Sun and Moon last time? I think
so. I don't think he's been. Yeah, I think Looker was last in Sun and Moon.
I don't think he was.
Did I give my rating?
No.
Consider it.
Okay.
That's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Yeah. I couldn't remember if I rated it.
Yeah.
That's on me,
I think there were a lot of cool things in here, but like it was kind of like either cool but underwhelming or cool but not enough. You know? And then a lot of the other stuff was kind of like, oh yeah, sure, why not? Or like, yeah, that makes sense that like of course they do that. So like there was nothing that really blew me away. But I think if you are a Pokemon fan, there was stuff in here that like would kind of whet your appetite for the next little bit at least. So I'm gonna say consider it, but it wasn't great.
It was like the equivalent of like kid's birthday party hot dog. Like it fills the hole.
Yeah,
but you're not like going nuts for them, you know?
Yeah.
Like you're gonna eat a couple of them and you're gonna be like, that's good, that's fine. I'm good.
There's no
Jay, relax. Yeah. I know we're talking about filling holes here, but it's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was fine.
It's fine.
It wasted some time, and that was
wasted
that
17
was
minutes of my life, which was much appreciated, filled with joy. Yeah.
Again, the brevity was important. Let us know what you think of the Pokemon Direct. What are you excited for? Tell me why I'm an idiot and why you love that pig. Please.
Tepig's good, Emboar less so. So I hope they change Emboar a little bit. Yeah.
Okay.
Tier list, Emboar, or not tier list, but like ranking them. Tepig's the best of the three, then Emboar, then Pignite.
Yeah, Pignite's terrible. Pignite's terrible. Yeah.
Okay. Here's how I'm gonna rank them. F all around. F. Cyndaquil, S tier.
Yeah. Also, really weird. This will be my last thought before we move into mailbag. Very weird that we don't have, because the starters from Gen 6 and Kalos don't have megas. So like, they're still not going to get megas, or are they? We don't know. We'll find out.
It's probably going to be like, no, I was going to say something completely irrelevant to what you just said, but like you're probably still going to be able to catch them, just like
probably
like in Arceus where you could catch the Sinnoh trio.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah, let's do a quick mailbag here then.
Yeah, a little switch one.
Yeah, just a quick one.
It's time for the mailbag.
It's mailbag time. If you got a mailbag question, you can send it to us over at our Discord or on our website, anipropod.com/mailbag. This comes from our Discord. It is a patron priority mailbag question. It comes from Mog. It happens to all shows. After a while, they get stale. Hold on a second.
Hey, what?
Wait a minute.
Insinuate here.
What are you trying to tell us here?
It happens to all shows. After a while, they get stale. To spice things up, they add a new character. Think Cousin Oliver, Scrappy Doo, etc. Now it's time to add a new member to the AniPro podcast.
What are you trying to tell us?
What existing or original character do you propose to add to AniPro? I mean, hey,
you're triggering our sensitivities right now. As first and foremost,
I need to be comforted by like a mother figure.
Oh no!
Mm-hmm.
Oh no!
I see exactly where this is going.
Who do you think I'm going to add as a podcast? I will trade all three of us to have a podcast exclusively hosted by Misato Katsuragi.
Ray Plush?
No, not Ray Plush.
It fits all your criteria. I mean, motherly figure.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, kinda.
I was gonna say no, and then I remembered.
Unit 0. Yeah, Unit 01.
Yeah.
Misato. Let's go Misato. Of course. Who else am I gonna pick? Let's get real. Yeah.
Fair.
Yeah.
Fair. Jay?
Oh, I thought you were answering for all three of us.
Why would
he do that? Why has he ever done that?
Because I thought Cole was just gonna take over and be like, no, I'm gonna answer for all three of us, and there's no other better answer. So I just kind of gave him the reins.
What gave you that idea?
Jay's brain works in many mysterious ways.
It truly does sometimes. I'm gonna go. You know what? Mog, if you think you can do a better job, I'll leave the podcast to you.
Oh, that's a good one. Yeah. See,
okay.
Turn the tables on her.
Yeah.
And
now you think you
yeah.
can do better? You think you're going to not get stale?
Oh, it's time for AniPro to replace somebody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's mean and hurtful.
Yeah, that was rude and mean and hurtful.
I'm going to go with...
But thank you for the question.
Yeah, thank you very much for the question.
Please do send us
support.
mailbags.
Yeah,
we do like mailbags.
Yeah.
And for being like a long-time listener. It's cool.
Of course.
We appreciate you, even though if we rag on you a little bit here.
It's all good fun.
Who would fit the vibe of the pod? I'm going to go with my boy, Yuji Itadori, I think.
Okay.
I think that's who I'm going to go with. Because I feel like he's like, we're not like, we're a little mean to each other, but we're like pretty nice to each other. And we're just kind of like, I feel like a part of our thing is we're pretty genuine. And I feel like Yuji's a very genuine person. And I feel like a big criteria here is I'd want to be able to talk to this person for like 2-3 hours per week and then have to listen to them as well. And like, I feel like he's a pretty cool dude. So yeah. Yuji.
Okay.
Yuji.
All right.
Okay.
Good answer.
Okay.
Good answer.
Good answer.
Yeah. Follow up your Pokemon Direct thing about how I was wrong about Pokemon Direct with who would you replace one of us with?
Okay, quick. Yeah, exactly. Replace one of us with an anime character. Who's better? Follow up question. Which Pokemon are you replacing us with on the podcast?
Oh, God.
Can I answer?
Mr. Mime is my answer.
Oh, Mewtwo.
I was going to say Mewtwo.
He can,
but that wouldn't be very good. He's just going to speak to people's brains somehow.
Yeah, he seems articulate.
Yeah,
that is true. He's probably the most well-spoken Pokemon.
Well, I'm gonna do a cop out because Mewtwo was taken. I'm gonna say Arceus.
Okay.
gonna need a bigger studio.
Well, Mewtwo is what like Mewtwo is like deceptively tall.
I think
like
Mewtwo's
8 feet
like
tall or something.
Our size. I think.
Yeah,
he's
I think Mewtwo's like
5'10".
5'10".
Yeah.
No, I think he's really tall.
Mewtwo
or really heavy, I think.
Height. Okay, what's your official guess?
Oh, I already looked it up, Mike.
He's 6'7", 269. Oh, get that guy on jersey. Wait, put him at linebacker.
Wait, wasn't that a question for what's his name? Stephen A. Smith or whatever his name is?
No, I think we did it on the podcast. Didn't we build a...
No, but I think we stole it from
yeah,
him
we steal all of all of our stuff.
Put him at center. He'd be a good basketball player.
Yeah. Yeah.
Those thighs.
Build a
that guy
basketball team with
he can
Pokemon.
jump. He's got hops for sure.
Yeah. Well, he can also just fly, which is
He also has psychic abilities and could just levitate the ball into the basket.
His ability is pressure.
Oh, yes, it was a Stephen A. Smith.
That's sweet. Yeah. That is Stephen A. Smith.
Yeah. His
anyway,
ability is pressure.
Yeah.
Anyway. We got shows to talk about in the second half.
Jay's got things that he's.
Yeah, I've got machinations. You'll see what
he wants us to fill his holes. Yes.
Yeah. Let's go to an
break.
Hey, YouTube viewer. I don't mean to interrupt you during a well-deserved break, but can you do me a real quick favor? You see that little button there? The one that looks like a thumbs up? Can you just click that? Just real quick. Yeah, great. Thanks. Oh, and while you're down there, can you just hit subscribe? Yeah, like that. Thanks. Oh, what's that? You're not on YouTube, but instead listening to the podcast on... And you want to join in on the fun? Well, if you want, why don't you leave a 5-star review? No matter how you're watching or listening, providing feedback to us helps AniPro grow so that more and more people can listen to us and our perfectly normal and not strange at all takes. And seeing as you're being so cool, why don't I let you in on a little secret? AniPro has a Discord server where you can talk to the hosts and other listeners about anime and other random topics about, like, I don't know, mayo on hot dogs and stuff. Anyway, thank you so much. What's that? You want to do even more? Oh my goodness, thank you. Well, AniPro has a Patreon where for a small donation you can get access to archived episodes and ad-free episodes. You can get episodes early and even get a monthly bonus episode. I think, yeah, that's it. Listen, I really appreciate you listening to this. I will now reward you with the second half of this episode.
back to AniPro. This is going to be a very interesting and very exciting second half of the podcast episode here, 170. So I thought of a very stupid but also very silly and fun idea. So we're going to take a look at shows on AniList that are coming up. And based on just the AniList page, we're going to see whether or not we can predict how it's going to be rated by the community and what rating it's going to end up being. So we've got a couple of shows here that we're going to look at. Long list ranging from next season all the way till who God knows when.
Who even knows when? I think we got one for 2026 at least. At least one for 2026.
Well, I mean, there's some that we just don't even know. We have no clue.
There are unspecified airing dates. Yeah, a couple of these.
Yeah.
But not to hijack this whole thing from you, Jay. There is a show that is coming out next season. And Mike and I were lucky enough to go and see the first 3 episodes of Mobile Suit Gundam GQuuuuuuX.
You went to see the movie. You should know what the title is.
You'd think that. Yeah. They said GQuuuuuuX in the but I'm still convinced it's Quarks. I'm still convinced it's Quarks.
We'll see what the dub says, but Cole and I actually were fortunate enough to win tickets through our local university's anime club. That's pretty cool.
That is pretty cool.
Guys.
Neat.
I will say
anime. Yeah.
Will say we didn't win them, like we won them as just individuals, not as like the podcast or anything.
Yeah.
We just both happened to win them, which was a nice coincidence. Mike saw it Thursday afternoon. I saw it Thursday evening. Mike, you walked out of the theater. What were your immediate thoughts?
My immediate thought was the first part of the movie was not what I thought it would be. I didn't anticipate it to be like a very retro throwback to Char. I kind of knew it was like an alternate history where like Zeon won, I think.
Yeah.
I think I knew that somewhere deep in my heart, but Jay's like, this is what it feels like to be Cole when Mike and Jay are talking Pokemon.
Yeah. Don't worry, Jay. We'll bring you back.
We have a point for Jay.
It's okay.
Yeah. We got big news for you.
But I thought it was cool. I thought it was pretty neat little. I'm very excited for the show because it's clearly like a very cool and stylish take, and you can kind of feel the influences of who's the director?
Hideaki Anno.
You can feel like the Evangelion.
You can feel the like Ultraman influence. Yeah.
The director's from Fooly Cooley or something too, I believe. And I feel like the second half really showcased like this is going to be a pretty cool, stylish, zany Gundam show, which is like a breath of fresh air a little bit.
Yeah. I'm initially like I was looking forward to it, obviously. Like I'm a big Evangelion fan. But I was pleasantly surprised even more than I thought it would be. Than I thought I would be. Mike, like you said, the start of it I was not expecting. The first character you see on screen is Char.
So and I was like, Cole's going to go berserk when this happens.
Yeah. I was standing up, clapping, applauding. People were like,
"That's my wife!"
Get that guy to sit down.
A lot of like retro throwbacks. Like, did you notice the soundtrack in the first half was like all like the retro songs? Like they even had like the Gundamu song and stuff. And like
the soundtrack, the sound effects.
Yeah.
And like the big thing with that people were complaining about was the character design. I don't know how they did it, but they started the whole movie off with like kind of retro-y, like Char looks like Char. Char doesn't look like
it looks like Mobile Suit Gundam the origin, honestly. Like it's very similar.
Then like there's just this point where the art style kind of just shifts and the character designs shift, and it's seamless.
It's weird. Like it's truly weird.
It's weirdly seamless. And it works. At first I was kind of like, oh, I'm not crazy about these mech designs, but they really grew on me. I'm hyped.
They look better in motion for sure.
They look better in motion. I really like the characters. Like the
concept's cool.
Yeah, the main girl in it is going to be a cool character, I think.
Yeah.
I think I'll really like her.
Yeah.
I'm hyped. Now, Jay, I know you're sitting there.
News.
Yeah, big news.
So I just want to say before you get into the news,
Ask your question.
We did my dream episode where two of us watched a show and reviewed it, and the third guy had no clue what they were doing.
That's true. That's true.
That is true. That is true. This is sort of actually Jay's been asking for this for a while. So and now, frankly, you've kind of disappointed me, Jay, because I would hope I want you to like chime in more, even though you haven't watched
like
it.
Jay, like I don't know, tell us who your favorite Gundam is. Like I don't
well,
know.
my favorite Gundam's Big Zam. You guys.
Oh
know.
well, you're
well,
in
we
luck.
got news for you.
No way.
Not just one.
Yes.
Not just two. But like a fleet of Big Zam making appearances.
No way.
Yeah.
A fleet of Big Zams, and I think they're even like, oh, the Big Zams have been released or something like that.
Yeah. And Cole, when you saw that scene, did you have the exact same reaction I did? It was like, I must tell Jay about
We've
this.
got to tell Jay about Big Zam.
Yeah, he must know.
Big Zams.
I'm gonna go when I see that when it's airing, I'm gonna stand up and salute.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I must.
No, I think, Jay, this will be a good introduction to Gundam as well.
Yeah.
I think so too. Yeah.
It's modern. You're still getting like Char and stuff because Char is the coolest.
Yeah. But it does a good job of because it's like an alternate timeline, like the nerds get to go, oh, that's different from what I know. But like the people who don't know what is different are kind of like, oh, okay, that's what's happening. You know, like it works both ways. It's a clever little,
and it's got Big Zam.
Clever little twist, and it has multiple Big Zams.
Yeah.
Oh, and all I could think again, like this will be episode 1 of the show, so I've got to factor that in while I'm telling people this. But like Char getting into a Gundam, oh my god, like I can only get so hard. You know what I mean, Mike?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Just awesome. Awesome. What do we think this is going to be rated, though, Mike? I think just to get into Jay's actual game.
Oh, like the actual rate, like how is it going to be received? I think it's going to be received quite well, to be honest with you. I think it'll be are we using AniList rating? Like 80,
I'm going to use AniList because I'm more familiar with it. Yeah.
Like out of 100% is what we're doing.
Yeah.
I'm going to go with 82.
8.2? I'm going to go high 70s, I think, like a 79, I want to say. Jay?
Well, I'm the biggest Gundam fan of the three of us, so obviously, my opinion is vital to this discussion. And so I think, having seen everything I've seen, it's going to be a crisp 79.
Nice.
Okay.
And Mike, just because we've actually seen it, what did you think of the movie? What's the rating on this one? Personally,
it was a good movie. I did get the feeling that it gave me the vibe of when you go to a movie theater to see an anime thing, and it's like you can kind of tell it's like, oh, here's the thing, and it's just a couple episodes. Like you can kind of tell where the episodes would end and begin when they air it. I got that vibe, so that kind of detracted a little bit from me.
And
do you need an actual rating? Rating? Like an AniPro rating or a rating rating?
AniPro rating.
It tickled my jimmies. Yeah. What about
tickled
you?
my jimmies as well, for sure. Yeah. All right, Jay, back to you.
Lots of jimmies being tickled. Well, gentlemen and everyone in between who is watching or listening at home, we're gonna take a look at some shows ranging from spring of this year all the way to an unspecified airing date, and just kind of predict what we think the shows that or movies that we're going to be talking about are going to be received by the anime community. There's no real point system or anything. Whose line is it anyway? Points don't matter.
We're just going. We're just flying
gabbing
through these shows.
Maybe we'll come back when the shows do air and kind of bring up like, oh, we predicted this back when, and say like, were we right? Were we not right?
Right.
And that, but yeah.
Well, yeah. What's the first show on the list here, Jay? I know you're really looking forward to it.
So are we just gonna go in order of the list in the thing here?
Yeah, let's
go in airing order. I like that.
Yeah, okay.
It's easy to follow.
So from spring of this year, we've got a show that I'm really looking forward to, and that's The Beginning After the End.
Yes.
I mean, hey, nothing could possibly go wrong with this show, right? I mean,
it's perfect.
Yeah,
it looks.
We've talked about it a little bit.
Looks great.
And,
looks perfectly good. Yeah.
And I think we're using like the AniList page and the trailer and stuff like that to try to figure out, like, if we can hash out, we can see in the future and be like.
So here's the thing. I'm gonna say if the trailer is on the page, then we can use the trailer.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, we've all seen the trailer. So I don't think we need to like watch it live or anything like that. That being said, like, I'm going based a lot off of Jay being like a big fan of this property.
Yeah.
And cat's out of the bag here. Jay did not like this trailer when it came out. I think this is not going to be super well received. I'm predicting something like a very nice 69%, I think.
Ooh.
Yeah. Weird Studio ACAT. I mean, the story's probably going to carry it, but I think a lot of people just aren't going to watch it, or the people who are going to watch it are big fans and they're just going to be like, this is not what I wanted. Ooh. So so I'm going to review bomb it. Yeah. What do you guys think?
I think you've probably hit on a little bit of what I think's going to happen. I think like expectations are quite low for it now. Oh, never mind. It's number 5 most popular spring 2025. A lot of people are going to watch it. It's the production. I feel like the production values are going to sewer it a little bit, but I think like the true fans are still going to enjoy it just because it's like the thing they love brought to life.
Yeah.
And I think it's going to get, I think you probably hit it. I think it's going to be like a high 60s. I don't see it getting low 70s. I'm going to go 67. 67.
Okay. Even 67. Lower than me.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Jay? What did you already rate it?
Did I already?
I see someone on my AniList has already rated it a 10 out of 10. So,
yeah. Well, a lot of people on AniList will like just when they plan to rate things, like just give it a 10. And then as they watch the show, take off points, or like they'll rate it a 1. And as they watch the show, like give it points.
Right.
Okay.
But how do I think that this is going to end up being? I think that Cole kind of nailed it. I think like the fans of this show are going to watch it and be like, this looks nothing like what the webcomic looks like, or what I pictured it to look like if it were an anime, and just review bomb the heck out of it. And I think those fans are going to be ruthless when it comes to that. And then the people who are kind of watching it more off of the like secondhand hype of it, I think are going to be a bit more lenient of like, maybe like give it like a 6 or something, but like drop it.
Okay.
So I'm going to say that the final score will be a 62.
Okay.
The most negative of us.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Makes sense. What's the next show up, Jay?
Next show on our list is a show that is an adaptation of a manga we actually reviewed on the podcast. And that is Kowloon Generic Romance.
Kowloon Generic Romance.
Which is coming out in spring.
Animation.
Studio Arvo Animation, who's hasn't worked on too much stuff. They did We Never Learn, which I enjoyed. We Never Learn. They did that Vampire Cosmonaut show as well. They haven't done a lot, though. And to be honest, based on the trailer, my immediate thought was, this looks a little jank, if I can be so bold.
Yeah, the animation looks odd in the trailer a little bit.
That being said, like, this is obviously a narrative-driven thing. Like, you don't really need, like, heavy action on this.
For sure.
I don't know.
Full disclosure, we all reviewed the first volume of this, but I believe, Cole, you've read much more than that.
Yes. Yeah. I'm not current on it or anything. Like, I have kind of long-term paused it for quite a while. I enjoy it, though. It's good.
But I'm just kind of saying, like, you probably have an idea of, like, is the story going to get people going more than the first?
I think
usually
so.
I think a season's like 3 volumes ish. So
I think the story has to get people going, right? Like, and if it doesn't, it's going to just kind of be forgotten about by everybody.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to double dip, but I'm thinking, high 60s again. I'll go like a 68 on this. Like, I don't think it's going to really blow people out of the water. But I don't think people are going to necessarily hate it either. I think it's just kind of float there on the surface for a while and then eventually just fall under and everybody will forget about it.
Okay.
I hope I'm wrong though. I hope it's really good. I'm a bit more positive on this one. I think it's going to rise above its janky animation in the trailer here, and maybe the trailer is maybe a bit early. It's because it came out quite a bit ahead of it. And usually like you don't get a nice trailer until like right before it airs, basically. I think that this one will be carried by like a style and just kind of from being like a more mature anime that like the people who make it to the end of this one are going to be like really into it. And I think it's probably going to sit around like a 75, 70, maybe 73, I'm going to sit with 73. Okay.
Yeah. I just kind of feel like it's going to like, there's going to be people who drop it quickly, but I think the average person, like I think the people who like it are going to rate it highly, and that's going to, I could see it even being higher than that, but I'm going to caveat with 73. Jay, what do you think?
Yeah, I kind of feel like this is going to be a little bit of a dark horse show where like the people, like it's going to have like a very niche fan base that are going to be all over the internet being like, oh, you need to watch Kowloon, it's so good.
Exactly.
And like those people are going to rate it high. The average person is probably not going to be watching this because they're busy watching something like the beginning after the end. And being disappointed with that. But I think that like, the people who are watching the show are going to really like it from the story, and there's going to be that niche following. So I'm going to say it's going to get like a 72.
Okay.
Because like, I don't think it's going to be like, you know, peak, seasonal anime, but I don't think it's going to be bad. It's just kind of going to be niche.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
I have high hopes for this one though. I'm personally quite excited for it. I'm probably going to be that person who's commenting on the internet about it, like Jay alluded to.
Personally speaking, I'm looking forward to it. There's something about how it looks right now. Something about
the mahjong tag that throws you off, isn't it? You don't like
the mahjong. Yeah, not a big mahjong guy. Jay, what's next?
One final comment on that, just real quick. When Medalist was coming out, people saw that like, Studio Engi's doing it, and Studio Engi's normally not
fair
well known.
I didn't say that. I didn't. For the record, I did not say that. I knew it would be peak.
And then when it came out, everyone was just kind of blowing up over it. So that could happen.
Yeah,
that could happen.
For sure.
That could happen with the beginning after the end too, Jay.
It could very well could. I highly.
We can all hope.
Odds much less likely. Less likely.
Now a show that I'm really looking forward to, and a show that I think Cole's also looking forward to, is Your Forma. Kind of Ghost in the Shelley or like psychopathy kind of thing. From the trailer, I've read the light novel, but we're just going off of the AniList page here.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
This one has the higher production value too. Like it kind of looks like it's good. It looks like a sleeper hit. Like when we do our like seasonal previews, and I guess we sort of have like a bit of quote unquote experience in like predicting things here a little bit. This one just looks safer. It's safer than the other shows we've talked about so far, I'd say.
Yeah. That being said, like sci-fi's never safe, unfortunately.
Yes, for sure. Because all it takes is for the story to suck, and then all of a sudden
people just always sleep on sci-fi, and it's unfortunate.
Especially hard sci-fi like this.
Yeah. My concern is that this is going to be kind of viewed as like baby's first psychopath, you know?
It's possible.
Like I think it'll go one of two ways. Either people will be intrigued and watch it, or the people who would be intrigued, like me, see this and they just think, oh, like, yeah, I'd rather just watch Psychopaths. Yeah. I'm definitely still going to watch it. And I think everything I've seen so far looks good. It's got Kana Hanazawa. So like right off the bat, we're at least in the 70s, at least just based off of that. But not super high 70s. Again, like I said, sci-fi never scores really well the season that it's airing. Usually this stuff takes a little bit of time to like
That's a good take too. Yeah.
To actually climb up the rankings. I'm thinking as the season's going, probably like a 72.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think it's one of those shows where everything about it to me looks like you compared it to Psycho Pass, but to me this looks, and trailers are especially bad, especially for anime, like really telling you what the show's about. And Jay's read the light novel for this one, so he probably knows a bit more, but it seems like it has a bit more action and a bit more like it's a bit more intense than Psycho Pass. Like Psycho Pass is it's that dry sci-fi. This seems a little more dramatic and a little more in melodramatic, I guess is maybe the word for it. And I think
action heavy, I would say.
It's got a nicer look to it that I think appeals to more people than like a Psycho Pass. Like Psycho Pass is very hard. I think this will be popular, to be honest with you. I think it'll be kind of like what we were saying with Kowloon, except this one actually looks like it's animated a little better. So I'm going to give it a 76. 76 is what I'm giving this one.
It is the number 22 most popular show of Sprite. So, I mean, whatever that
that's
says.
Not a glowing indictment, because like the beginning after the end is the number 5.
Mm-hmm.
And Kowloon is the number 11? 12.
11 million.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about Jay? What is your thoughts on this one?
I think that visually from the trailer that we've seen here, the show looks good. Do I think it looks great? No, I don't think that there's like anything that's gonna wow anyone, at least as of right now.
Mm-hmm.
But it looks good. I think it's really cool that Kana Hanazawa is starring in a show alongside her husband. I think that's really cool.
Not me.
But
Not
that
me.
has nothing really to do with the show itself. I think that's cool. But yeah, the one thing that I kind of feel, and I think Cole kind of nailed this, is like people are gonna endlessly compare it to something like a Psycho Pass or like a Ghost in the Shell, which like it's probably not going to be the same, to Mike's point, but like it's similar enough that people are still going to make comments and be like,
it's going to have those comparisons.
Yeah.
For better or worse.
So like, while I don't think it's going to be rated super high, I think that there will be fans of this show, and it will kind of have its own fan base. I think 86 would also probably be a good comparison for this.
Yeah,
probably.
So those fans will really enjoy it. So I'm gonna say 74.
Okay.
Just kind of seems like middle of the road kind of thing.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
Next, Jay.
Next up on the list, we have an adaptation of a classic, Anne Shirley.
Oh, right. Cole's beloved Canadian anime.
Classic Canadian piece of literature. You guys are sleeping on the impact of Anne of Green Gables in Japan. No, seriously, that wasn't even a joke. Anne of Green Gables is like huge in Japan for some reason.
Huge, yeah.
I watched a news report from the CBC just earlier today about how this anime is coming out, and that the people in Prince Edward Island are like expecting an influx of tourists from Japan,
for sure,
which is just hilarious. And
I think it's hilarious too that AniList now has Lucy Maud Montgomery as on their database.
Well, they would have had to have her on there before.
She actually was
the previously previous adaptations of Anne of Green Gables.
Yeah.
I mean, Yeah, it looks really pretty. Like, it looks really clean. This is going to be one of those sleepers, though, and I know that, and I just wanted to bring it up just for Canadian pride again. Mm-hmm. It's an anime that takes place exclusively in Canada, in Canada's smallest province, Prince Edward Island. They're harvesting potatoes over there.
Yep. Getting lobsters.
Yeah, I don't think this is going to be a super highly rated show. That being said, like, the original adaptation of Anne of Green Gables is an 80. I don't think it'll be as high as that because, of course, that's a classic. I think this will still do fairly well.
I don't know. It looks pretty good to me.
Yeah, I think it'll still do fairly well. I'm thinking like a 76.
76. Oh.
Yeah, so okay. Pretty good. Pretty good for a seasonal show. Yeah, I'm looking forward to this one. This may be on my draft board for sure. Yeah.
Okay.
To me, I kind of agree with what Cole's talking about. I do think it will be popular. I think it's just it looks very pretty, and I think a lot of people are intrigued by the Anne of Green Gables aspect of it. Like, I don't have any knowledge of Anne of Green Gables. I've never read it. I've never really consumed anything about it. But like, just the fact that it's this classic piece of literature is going to attract the nerds into this one, and then people are going to say, I think they're going to like it. I think they're going to like it a lot. And I'm curious how long it's going to go for, because I don't think 24 episodes it says. So is that the whole thing? Because the original series is 50. Anyway. In the effort of time, I'm going to give this one a 79. 79, I think. 79? I think people are going to like it. The only thing that gives me pause, it's the Answer Studio, which is the studio that did Tower of God Season 2.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Interesting. Jay?
So, yeah. My biggest concern is that a lot of the time, these adaptations of like classic properties kind of get a little bit panned on any list.
That's kind of true, actually.
I kind of compare this to the Grimm Variations that aired a little while ago that kind of didn't really get the response people probably thought it was going to. And that's sitting at a 66 right now. I think it looks pretty, but I don't think it's going to hit the same anime zeitgeist that a lot of the other shows are going to hit. So I think it's probably going to be somewhere in the same ballpark as Grimm Variations, and say probably like a 65.
Okay. Yeah. Good argument, Jay.
It is a good argument. I'll push back on just very quickly on the Grimm Variation stuff, because the Grimm Variations sold itself as it mainly focused on its sale as like a take on the Grimm's fairy tales. And then when you watched it, it was like wildly different than the actual fairy tales. This seems more true to the source material, which I think gives it a better chance.
That's true. Yeah. I think also it depends on where it's being released.
That too.
Yeah. Netflix seems to always lose a couple points on Netflix.
Yeah, this is just conjecture, but it just screams like a Netflix show.
It really does. It really does.
I agree. I hope it's not.
I can see the little the poster here for it. It just looks like a Netflix thumbnail.
Yeah, you can see the Netflix logo in the corner.
But like Netflix,
all the high quality animation and everything.
Netflix throws that N on it, and I'm not seeing that N yet. Which
it's not there yet.
Put that on there. Anyway, Jay, what's up next?
Anyway, next is a show that I just threw on here because I thought it would be kind of funny to talk about. And that is can a boy and a girl friendship hold up? No, it can't.
Let me just say, I love the lead female's design. Blue hair, Mike. Blue hair.
Blue hair is always good.
Blue hair is always good.
Yeah. But she's going to lose because she's got blue hair.
This looks like schlock. This looks like slop. This looks like crap. I'm going to watch it, and I'm going to really like it. I'm thinking, like, I don't know. These shows always get the same.
Yeah, score, this show is like the easiest show to predict what it's going to be.
Yeah, like let's see what's airing.
This is
right
gonna be
now.
72. I'm calling it right now. 72%. It's by JC Staff. It's gonna be like it's gonna tickle people's jimmies, but then a lot of people are gonna be like, this is just your generic romance schlop.
All right. Okay. I'm Getting Married to a Girl I Hate in My Class is currently sitting at a 68, so I'm giving this a 68.
There you go.
Very comparable.
Fair enough.
I'm enjoying that show, and I'm sure I'll enjoy this show. 68. Yeah.
68. I already said 72.
Okay.
I'm just gonna look. Studio JC Staff. What's the last show like this they did? Because surely they have done this show before.
Well, Mike's looking though, Jay. What
Yeah,
are
Jay,
you?
give us yours.
This show, it looks like another one of those generic rom-com slops that you get every single season. I laugh that it's the number 11 most popular spring 2025 show.
It's kind of crazy.
Because that's what are we doing?
Yeah.
But the light novel is currently sitting at a 72% on AniList, so I'm gonna take that and dock like maybe 3 points, and I'm gonna say it's gonna be a 69.
Oh,
Nice.
69 is nice.
69,
I do like the 69.
very
Yeah.
nice.
Sorry,
Mike,
Silva
you
is
were-
not this generic slop. I'm gonna stick with my 72. I think it's blue hair 72. 72. Move on.
Nice. I like it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got to factor in the waifu, unique waifu in this one.
That is true.
That's
It
good
looks
for a couple
looks slightly unique compared to the other ones. So 72. It's gonna get extra.
Anyway,
points.
Speaking of unique, what's next on the list? Because we're
Speaking
moving
of
into
unique, we
summer
move
now.
down
Summer.
or down the calendar into summer of 2025 with Nyaight of the Living Cat.
Yes.
I had to talk about this one because this is a crazy idea. And it's
the
hilarious.
most bizarre anime concept I think I've seen. Basically, cats kind of like take over the world, kind of thing. Like
zombie
cat
apocalypse,
zombies
basically.
kind of thing. Yeah. Based on a manga. The manga's sitting at a 68. I think I just looked at.
But
average score 55 for the manga. But this is OLM.
And it feels like something that would work better in anime, like this kind of like silly comedy.
Yeah, agreed. This is it's pretty high up on the list right now for like unique shows. 70, just around 7. Yeah, that's what I'm going with.
Around 7.
Yeah,
I kind of like that. I feel like it's gonna do the Nokatan thing.
Oh,
Nokatan thing, where it's like people are going to be into the joke, and then it might get old fairly quick. But it depends. OLM's a pretty good studio, but I'm going to go just purely based on the excitement of it. It's going to start high. People are going to rate it like 10 as a meme, and then they might forget to change it when they drop it. But like I feel like I'm going to give it 70, round 70 on this one.
Nice. Very good score, Mike.
Thank you.
Yeah, get your own material.
No.
Jay, you gonna give this a 72?
I'm just reading the synopsis here, and it's about a virus that turns people into cats.
Oh, I like that even more.
That's
my dream.
It's kind of hilarious. It's kind of actually
hilarious, but I just wish that it aired in fall, because
That's
I
good.
feel like this is just
Halloween.
just screams fall, like Halloween kind of thing.
But like summer is like horror time in Japan, so
and summer season will continue into fall will start in September-ish, right?
Yeah,
October.
October.
Yeah, so this will be all done and released, so you can binge it in October.
Yeah,
I
guess.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Jay,
your score.
Anyway, this kind of seems a little bit like a little sloppy, if I'm being honest. Like, OLM's doing it, but like, the director, Takashi Mike, Mike is probably his name.
I like Mike.
I like Mike too. That's funny.
It's like tight Kubo.
No, I think this is Mike though. It's got two eyes. Anyway,
I don't think he's done anything relevant.
Noteworthy.
Okay. It does have Reina Ueda in it though, so that's points up. But yeah, I think
animation
like
quality
the thing about
pretty
horror
good,
is
too.
like horror in anime is not normally received well.
Mm-hmm.
But it's
So
parody
like
horror.
parody horror though might give it extra points, but like I'm gonna say 65.
Okay.
Yeah.
I could see that.
I feel like that's valid.
Yeah.
Jay, we got a big one next though.
Yeah.
We do got a big one next. This is also based on a manga that we reviewed earlier on the podcast. That is The Summer Hikaru Died.
Yeah. If I could give an award for best trailer, god damn, this trailer is
It's a good trailer. Yeah.
I mean, this show's gonna be the show of the season, I think.
Yeah. Yeah.
This will be 80.
Well, Don season 2 is this season 2. And
Yeah,
Kaiju number 8. Dang,
I think
summer's
like
weirdly
this
packed this year.
This one's gonna be like people are just the normies are gonna like it, and like the snobs like me are gonna like it.
For sure.
Yeah.
Mhm.
There's not much
Netflix.
that you can really critique. It's not. You do lose
Confirm
points
Netflix.
to Netflix. I've gotta say that for sure. But like sometimes
You say that, but like Violet Evergarden
sometimes it
was a
doesn't.
Netflix
Yeah,
show.
yeah. Sometimes it doesn't lose points.
I don't
It
know
can
that it
lose
loses points
points.
to Netflix.
It
But-
can lose points to Netflix, is what I mean.
Yeah.
That all being said, yeah, 80, 86.
Oh,
Yeah.
girthy score. You're kind of onto something though, because this shows it's going to take people by surprise. It looks
Mhm.
really pretty in the trailers, and it's really accessible on Netflix. Whether or not the people on Netflix, the bulk of Netflix brings a score down a little bit, it's possible. I'm going to go, you said 86?
Yeah.
I'm going to go 81. 81 on this one, I think. I feel like it's an 81.
Let me just add this. This is the studio that does Umamusume, and we haven't reviewed Umamusume before,
Reviewed?
but like the animation in Umamusume is
Goes crazy.
Yeah.
top tier. So like you can't even say that the animation in this is not going to be really good. Sorry, Jay, go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, I think that this show realistically is going to be one of the higher profile shows of the season that it airs in, though summer does look to be very stacked this year. With that all being said, we did review it, so we do have some kind of knowledge, and I wanna try and force that out of my brain here, and look at just what this is. And like, I think people are gonna look at horror, psychological, and thriller, and be like, "Ooh, I could go for a cool looking psychological thriller, and watch this." And like, I think they'd be satisfied with that. So I'm gonna say 83.
Yeah,
It looks good. The genres just kind of like fit. Where like it's not super horror, but like it's more thriller, and I think that thriller aspect is gonna intrigue people.
Yeah. Next, Jay.
Next up on the list is a movie that Cole is really looking forward to. He's talked about it a lot in the past. That's Virgin Punk.
Let me just say, movie? ? It's still not listed. Like,
we don't know what it is.
it's still not listed whether it's I'm thinking it's a movie. Based on everything I've seen so far, it looks like a movie. Studio Shaft, Virgin Punk.
Yeah.
If it's a movie, I'm going to go out and say it. 88. If it's a show, I'm going to say 82, because for some reason movies always get like a bump in the rating for some reason.
Weirdly,
It
the very first thing it says in the trailer is Aniplex, and then followed by a Yasuomi Umatsu film. So to me, that
but that could be like a
movie
translation thing. I'm thinking it's a movie just based on like how clean everything looks. Like the animation in this looks incredible.
It looks really clean, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I'm hyped for this one, like Jay said.
Yeah.
Going off the big assumption that it's a movie, like I said, I'm going to give it an 88, I think. I think it's going to be well received. This is Shaft. This is cyberpunk. This is everything that anyone who would watch this is going to enjoy. And maybe that's what it is about movies. Like, only people who are interested are going to go see it. So it generally gets higher scores for that.
It's interesting because the synonym here is Clockwork Girl, which is a very different name than Virgin Punk. But I think you're right. I think it's Shaft. This has gotta be a movie in my opinion. I don't see how it's not, because just like they can't have that kind of level of animation. But then again, we did get like I'm just wishing.
I don't know. Just wishing it's a show.
It'd be cool if it was a show. I feel like it's a movie, but we don't know yet. I think this one, just based purely on like the Shaft, the high quality animation, the cool concept, the cool character designs, this looks like a good movie. But the thing that kind of scares me is, like you've said, sci-fi sometimes goes the wrong way. And I can't help but just get like a Metallic Rouge feel from this a little bit for some reason. I'm going to say 76. I just have a weird feeling. I have a weird feeling it might have like a dumb plot or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. Jay?
Yeah, I think that this movie, assuming it is a movie, looks good. The only concern I have about this is if it really is a movie, its accessibility might be a little rough. Which we don't know. Just going off of the trailer, if I were to just look at what's on the page here, this looks really good. But I think that like it might also just be a bit niche, that people might not be super into it.
Okay.
So like I kind of feel like it's a little bit of a middle of the road show where like some people are going to like it, some people are going to fall off it. So I'm going to go with like a 74.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Next up is a show that I think Cole's looking forward to. That's Futari Solo Camp.
Yeah. Think Yuru Camp, laid back camp, but more adult, not in like a sexual way. I mean, like, you know,
like
more mature.
Grown up. More grown up. Yeah.
Grown ups. Now I've watched the trailer. Let me just say, I'm not blown away by anything.
No, and neither am I. I'm watching it right now.
I'm hopeful more for Comf is what I'm hopeful for. But I get like
it looks bad. Like the actual trailer does not look great. Oh, waifu though. Waifu appeal.
Yeah, no, it's waifu for sure.
Red hair.
I don't know. Something about this one just kind of seems a little less high. I'm going to go 63. I'm thinking 63.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know. Like the trailer just looks like, I just feel like this is the type of show where people watch it and like, yeah, the people stick around for the comf, but like just because it looks so poor, I think people will just kind of rate it lowly for that. And I think it sits at a 62. 62. Yeah. Jay?
The thing that worries me about this show is that like it doesn't have the Iyashikei tag. Which like if it really were that comf show, I feel like that would be kind of the first thing that would be on this. But it's not there, and that kind of worries me that it's going to have something else in it. Or be something else that it's not showing on the tin. So I don't know if that's true, but it does raise my suspicions just a little bit.
Yeah, there's just something about it that kind of just makes you like, it just doesn't feel like it will be.
Something feels wrong.
I don't know.
So
there's
I'm
something. There's a vibe that just screams mediocrity.
Yeah. There's
a
stink. There's a stink to it.
Yeah. So I'm gonna say I'm going to say like a 64.
Okay. Yeah.
All kind of around that low mid 60s ish. Yeah. Honestly, like I wouldn't be surprised if this is sub 60. To be honest.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Honestly, I could see it.
But you never know. Next, Jay.
I finally found Jay's next show. I've been trying to figure out what the hell it's called because it doesn't have the English title on any list, and Jay wrote the English title.
Yeah, it's a Chinese name.
Guimi Z Zoo.
Yeah. Look, we talk about Link Click, so I feel like it's only fair that we can talk about other Donghua, or whatever the Chinese name is for it. So we're gonna talk about Lord of the Mysteries. And from the trailer, this looks really cool. It has kind of all the tags that I think like kind of go popular, like isekai, male
Religion.
protagonist, magic,
Steampunk.
Like seems really cool. And I'm just really interested in kind of what sets this apart, because it's also number 4 most popular of 2025. So it's clearly it's clearly a beloved property.
I feel like AniList does a very poor job of putting like advertising Chinese ONAs or just ONAs in general. I feel like something about them, they just like fall through the cracks for me on AniList. I don't know what it is. Is it because they're not seasonal? Like, I don't know.
Yeah, they got a weird release, right? They don't release quite at the same time. Like
Link Click is always hard for me to find on AniList too. It just falls through the cracks.
Yeah.
But like, man, does this trailer look good for this show?
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks good. I'm sure this will be well received. It's not my cup of tea. Steampunk. I hate steampunk. It's my least favorite aesthetic. Yeah.
Oh.
I don't like it. Yeah. This will do well, though, I think. The people who do take the time to seek it out will
that's the thing, is like, this will be a low viewership. But then it's number 4 most popular. Oh, number 4 most popular O&A of 2025. That's why.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm gonna say 84.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Actually, no, that doesn't sound about right. I disagree. I think that the people who do watch this are the only ones who are going to be rating it, and I think that Jay's found a little hidden gem here. I think that the people who do watch this are going to like it. The people, because it gives that cool vibes to it. And the people who do seek it out will be pleased. And I think that they will give it a, what did you say, 74?
84.
You said? 84. 84.
Yeah.
Okay, well, you're wrong, because it's going to be lower than that. I think it's going to be 78. It's going to be 78 is my vibe. Yeah. So I look at the source material, and the source material has an average score of 74. That's where I got that number from. So it's not beloved to me. So I think maybe the story's a bit weak, but like the animation and stuff will carry it. Jay, what do you think about this one?
I think like this thing is animated beautifully. It looks gorgeous. And for the people who love that like over the top Sakuga, this is gonna tickle that Jimmy for them. And it just kind of like ticks all the boxes of like what the solo leveling fans look for in a story. So like I feel like this will kind of be the next solo leveling, and solo leveling's rated very, very high both seasons. So I'm going to say an 86.
Nice.
Okay. All right. So we move on to fall. I think we've only got a couple shows for fall.
Yeah, there's
fall.
just 2. Yeah.
All right,
and
Jay, I'm ready.
What's the first one? Tell me.
And the first
Wrap it up
one
in a big present
is
Sanda.
Sanda. Is that like Santa?
That sounds like Santa.
I don't know.
Like Santa, but not Santa?
I don't know.
Well, didn't you watch the trailer? Yeah, it's Santa.
It's Santa. It's Santa.
It's Santa, but like shonen Santa.
Yeah, it's odd.
It's certainly odd. That's one way of putting it. how's the manga received?
66,
Okay,
or 69, depending on which one you take.
Yeah, this was the one I kind of put the least amount of research into, if I'm honest.
It is also Science Saru, though. And, like, from the trailer, it does look really cool.
Yeah, and I think it's a director from Beastars. And yeah, the trailer is, like, very stylish and kind of, like, cool and zany at the same time. Like, it seems like they have good direction going on here.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe sometimes, like, manga don't translate. Some things, like some like shows like this where it's like kind of action and gaggy a little bit, they don't the manga is not quite as good as like an animated version, so it could go different ways. The genres are drama
I feel
and
like,
mystery.
Yeah, I don't know. I just feel like Science Saru will kind of elevate that source material to something that'll be received a lot better.
Agreed. I'm gonna say 81. I think this will do really well.
You stole my number.
That trailer looks hype.
You stole my number.
Well, we can both we can share. We can share. Jay.
You could.
It's okay.
You could. Are you guys both going 81?
I'm going 81. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm now nervous about this. I'm nervous about this one because I see the only other thing that this director has solely directed was Yurei Deko, which was quite a huge flop for me, also by Science Saru. So I'm going to give this one a 62, actually, in my infinite wisdom.
Because of that?
Yep. Scares me.
He didn't write it, Mike. He directed it.
Yeah. Also, he did Colors Within. He was a unit director on Colors Within. I don't know. I have a bad vibe.
Okay.
But it does look quite well directed. It does look. I'm hoping I'm wrong.
Okay.
We'll see. Yeah.
And the only other show that we have from fall is My Hero Academia, the final season.
The final season.
Okay, let me spit some facts at you boys. This is season 8 of My Hero Academia. Season 7 had an 81.
That's right.
Okay. Season 6 had an 82.
That's right.
So it's descending. I'm going to give this an 80 just for that alone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Season 5 had
still
a 73.
Watching this? Who's
Season
still
5
watching
had a 73. That's
It
odd.
is the number 15 most popular. Why does it say winter?
19th most popular for 2025 and 15th most popular anime for winter 2025.
But it's airing in fall.
Oh, that is right. There's a glitch in the system, but it's the number 1 most popular show in fall, for what it's worth.
Yeah.
I think this will get. I'm thinking Bones is gonna like actually kind of go like balls to the wall on this one. I just have a kind of a feeling. The trailer kind of looks like it a little bit, just because like they don't really show anything at all except for the spark of and final season. So let's hope that they truly give it the send off that an old and tired vet of the anime industry deserves. My Hero Academia. Yeah, I'm gonna give it a 84. 84, I think. Yeah.
I feel like the fans are kind of done with My Hero Academia, and like, well, some people might be watching it. They might be watching it just to like see how it ends because of the sunken cost fallacy. So like, I feel like a lot of people are going to be rating it a bit lower. So I'm gonna say it ends on a 79.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Jay.
Alrighty.
What else do you got for me?
All right, so we are done with the shows from this year, at least confirmed. So we're just gonna go with a couple of shows, do a quick lightning round on some shows that we have beyond 2025.
Okay.
Here. So let's start with Hell's Paradise Season 3.
Yes.
Yes. Hell's Paradise Season 3.
Oh, I think it's actually Season 2.
Okay.
There's a typo on our end here.
I'm going to go 74.
Yeah, I think Mappa's going to Mappa on this one, and I think that the second season is going to be quite nice. I'm going to go 77. Yeah.
Okay.
Could see higher, though. I could see higher.
I'm going to say probably around where Season 1 was, so I'm going to say 79.
Is that what season 1 ended with?
Season 1 was 80.
80?
Yeah.
Yeah, I could see it being actually slightly higher. So I'm going to change mine to 81.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
Unspecified airing. Yeah.
Unspecified airing. These are all shows that we don't know when they're airing. So next, Omniscient Reader.
Okay. I know nothing about this one.
Yeah, Jay, I'm gonna be honest with you. This looks generic AF. I'm gonna give it a 70. 70. Yeah.
Who's the studio behind this one?
We don't know.
We don't know. That's scary a little bit.
AniProPod is producing it, so it's at worst probably A1.
At worst, A1. Let's go. People really like this source material, so I'm gonna go with 80, 85, 85. Yeah, Jay.
Okay.
I think that this is going to, like I said with Lord of the Mysteries, this is gonna go off really well with Soul Leveling fans. So I'm gonna say 86.
Okay. Yeah, I think it looks like it has going to have pretty high production values, just as a feeling from I get from this. So,
Next up on the list, Gachiakuta by Studio Bones.
Studio Bones. So, I mean, Studio Bones doing like stuff that isn't MHA. I mean, the stuff, like, it's so difficult for me because I'm like not super intrigued by it myself personally.
The source material score is pretty good though.
Yeah, and it's Bones. I'll give it like a 79.
Yeah,
okay.
I think I echo you on that. I think this one's a high 7 type show. Maybe I'll go 78 just to be different. Yeah.
Jay, 77.
Yeah, I was going to say like probably like a 76, 77. I think that this looks
weird.
Good. It has some really neat style, but I don't know if that style is gonna get. I don't think it's gonna sit well with everyone.
Yeah, that's the vibe I get too. Yeah. It's like it might be a little weird for some people. Yeah.
Unfortunately, next up, 20th Century Electricity Catalog.
1,000,000 billion points to this show. This show looks so good. It just came out of nowhere today. I watched the trailer for the first time. KyoAni concept looks cool. I'm going to give this... Oh, man, do I break 90? No.
Where'd you find
the
trailer?
It 87.
Am I clicking on the wrong thing here?
Trailer's just not YouTube, on any list.
I was going to say the trailer's not on any list. Yeah.
It's on YouTube.
Now? Oh, I didn't look it up.
Oh. Well, Mike's looking it up, Jay. What do you think?
I can't go off of the trailer because we're just going off of what's on AniList.
Yeah, Cole broke the rules.
Cole broke the rules.
Oh. Yeah.
Okay.
So based on AniList, I mean, hey, KyoAni's doing it. It's based on a novel. I'm kind of getting Violet Evergarden vibes. I feel like it's going to be somewhere in the ballpark of Violet Evergarden. So I'm going to say probably somewhere in like 84.
Okay.
Yeah. It seems promising. It's romance from KyoAni. How can it really go wrong? It looks like it's going to be animated quite well. I think the 84 sounds... yeah, it's going to be... I'm going to say 86. 86.
Yeah. I feel like 80s is good. Like, it's still KyoAni.
Yeah. This is going to be a hype show that's whenever the hell it airs.
Yeah. Next.
Whenever it airs. Speaking of whenever it airs, next up is Takapi's Original Sin, a movie.
1,000,000 billion points for this one. This one looks really good. Again, is this a show or a movie? I don't know. I don't know, and it doesn't say. But it looks really good. I really like the art style in it. It looks like a movie to me. Like it's too artsy-fartsy for it to not be a movie.
Well, let's see. The manga has 16 chapters and 2 volumes. So yeah, this is OVA or movie territory for sure.
I'm gonna go high 80s again. 80, 89 on this one. Looks like it'll kick people, you know. Gotta stare at a wall for a little bit after you're done.
I don't know about the animation of this one. I think it might. It's hard to say because it's kind of artsy fartsy that it'll get people rated high. 81. Yeah.
I think that this is going to be called Baby's First Good Oyasumi Poon Poon, and people are gonna say, well, next we need Poon Poon, and then give it like then it's gonna sit at like an 83.
Yeah.
I didn't realize this was such a short manga, Jay. You've managed to hide this fact from me because I like short.
Why haven't you told me to read this?
Yeah.
Maybe I have.
Maybe you have.
Yeah. But you definitely have not told me to. So I can actually.
I've told both of you. I think I've mentioned it on the podcast.
No. There's no way to know that.
No, that's not true. He's lying, Mike. Don't listen to him.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? Let's just move on. We're going to talk about Witch on the Holy Night.
Okay. Million billion points for this one.
I agree. Just because type moon people go crazy. So
it's type
I think
moon.
You guys are going to
ufotable.
This thing to the moon. Yeah.
It's a movie.
Send me like just throw me down the stairs and I'll be like, thank you. Thank you for doing this to me. 91.
Wow.
Yep. That's high.
Yeah.
I don't know the story of the original source material, to be honest with you.
Doesn't matter, man.
Because it's a game, I think, right?
It's a visual novel.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh man, it looks pretty good from the trailers. 85.
Yeah. Ufotable. Type moon. Looks amazing. Movie 88. Enough said.
Okay. Cool.
Rebuilder World.
Rebuild World.
Rebuild World? Okay.
Yeah.
Was this the one with the wolf with the guns on its back?
The what?
In the trailer?
What?
Did you watch the trailer?
What are you talking
trailer's
about?
not on any list.
Okay.
It's not on any list.
I don't know anything about this then.
Pinnacle of human civilization had come and gone, leaving only ruins in its wake. Society now struggle to rebuild.
Okay. Well, I did apparently break the rules that I didn't know existed before we started recording. This looks bad.
This one looks
doesn't
bad.
look good. I'm going to give this.
The source material is rated a 76 or an 85, depending on, and my Anime score of 7.83. Good source material, apparently.
Well, in my brain, I have a trailer that I definitely didn't watch before doing this. But let's say that I did watch it and it looks not good.
Okay.
I'm gonna give this like a 59, like almost 60.
Quite high rated too. Interesting. This, Jay, you might be onto something with this one, with your little cooking here of some kind. I think this one is going to be a 78. This screams 78 to me because there's people who are just going to be like, I'm not into this. Bad show. 7. And I think that's going to happen a lot, but I think there's going to be people who rate it like in the 8s and 9s. So yeah, 78.
Yeah. I think like the big issue with the show is sci-fi. Kind of kills it. So we're going to say a 72.
But people like this kind of like dark and edgy stuff. Like this is just giving me like Eminence and Shadow type vibes, but actually like serious a little bit.
They do, but like I don't know.
And,
I feel like people are going to think
materials
that it's a bit too generic.
Could be.
Yeah.
We got one more, Jay. One more.
Last one. The Boxer.
The Boxer. Okay, we don't even have an image on AniList for this one.
Yeah,
no wonder.
Jay, what are you doing now?
What are you making me try to guess? Well, okay, let me read the synopsis to you too, because this is literally all we have to go off of here.
Yep.
The Boxer. You've got raw talent, or you're the underdog. But do you have the heart? Do you have what it takes? Let's see what you're made of. The real fight starts now. Source, Webtoons. That's it. That's all.
That is literally all we have to go off of, Jay. What have you done to us?
Studio,
I am
Studio
offended.
X-Torm. I'm giving this one. Don't know. Like, I don't know what to give it. Give it a 95. 95.
I'm going to give this one A 32. People are going to be really disappointed that it doesn't measure up to the power of the source material, which is well received.
Just like one of the worst shows ever. 32. Yeah. Nice. I like it.
Because I'm that this has no information. Because like, what are you doing to me?
That's
Give
why
me
I
your score and get out of here.
Yeah.
Thought it would be funny. I'm gonna give this a 65. It's an adaptation of a webtoon. Normally those go bad, so 65.
That's really probably.
I'm sticking with my 92 or whatever.
Yeah, when Cole's right, he's gonna be. I knew it.
I told you. The boxer takes the crown.
That's right.
Who forget about March comes in like a lion.
I'm the box man. I box.
I'm the boxer now. We've got reviews coming up, everybody. Umamusume is coming up. That's our next anime review. Umamusume, Pretty Derby. We've got a manga review coming up as well. That's Love Bullet. Be around 10 chapters. We don't know yet how many chapters we're going to be reading of that one. But we'll find out soon.
What are you doing to me, Jay? I like certainty. You're giving me shows that don't even have pictures. You're giving me manga that don't even have chapters. What's going on?
I said
in
one
this world?
volume. That's 7 chapters.
There? This is anarchy.
I think what I would like people to do is go down into the comments and comment down a show that you're looking forward to. Doesn't matter. It can be next season. It can be in 20 years. And what do you think? What do you think it's going to be rated?
I'm looking forward to the Yu Yu Hakusho remake in 2036.
I'm looking forward to the Botan figure that finally comes out.
Sweet Botan.
Thank you so much for listening to another episode of AniPro. If you liked it, please leave a like, subscribe, leave a review, tell a friend about us. If you really liked it, why don't you consider supporting us on Patreon like these lovely people, Mr. Family Guy 36, Elijah Wood, Brain Dead B-Dog, Peach, Frama, Kratos, Just Juzz, Mogmog, Uncle of Light, and Super Mexi. By supporting us on Patreon, you get access to all sorts of perks, and it really helps out the show. Did you know we're also on social media at AniProPod? And please join our Discord community to keep up with us and other listeners. Links to everything is in the website or in the description or at our website, AniProPod.com.
Whoa.
Mike, because you'll be leaving us so soon in a month.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye?
Bye-bye.
Lead us in a round of bye-byes. Now say it.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, now I've already blown my load a little early, but bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Press the button.
Press the down button. Press that button. Press that button right